All right, let's start. We have a ridiculous amount of patch notes to go through. So, if you didn't know, last night we had 1.1 free, and there's a lot of PvP stuff here, which is kind of exciting. We don't normally get a tremendous amount of like PvP based things, right? You know, normally it's always to help the dudes go through the game. So this is exciting. So let's go through the PvP stuff first, and then we will go through all of the other stuff. I know Fighter PL did a video this morning, which is how I realized that this has happened. So we got a couple of good things. I think PvP balances go up to here, so we have a surprising amount. Equipment. Increased poise damage of normal attacks of the following weapons. Light greatswords, backhand blades, hand-to-hand arts, and beast claw. Increased poise. Did they need increased poise? I guess I'm thinking in my head like duel-wise. Would they have needed increased poise? Probably not. But maybe when you're dealing with a gank, that's going to be really nice. Oh, Kato's sneezing, bless you. Increased damage of dual wielding then of pretty much all the rest. Straight sword, thrusting swords, curved swords, katanas, spears, whips, fists, and claws. Oh, that's scary. Increased poise damage of claw of knight's throwing attack. That's scary. Pardon me. That's the one that I was mentioning a couple of days ago, which you can do headshots with those, and they do an incredible amount of damage and bleed proc. So them having more poise damage sounds really, really scary. Mr. Prod will definitely have to try this out in PvP soon. again. That's the one we're going to have to mention. I'm not sure if he's lurking, if he hears Hey Cutie. Hey Colbert, Asper, welcome in. That's dirty. That's the dirty one. Alright, let's keep going. Decrease the backstep invulnerability window when using Fine Crucible Feather Talisman. Or the Talisman of the Crucibles. Decrease backstep invulnerability. Was it that bad? Did I miss out on something epic here? I hadn't really fucked around with it. That's, anyone play with the Crucible Talismans? I never did. Safe drive, Colbart, catch you in a bit. Alright, we'll go into skills. This one made me smile. I think they're trying to give the strength chads a bit of something, and I appreciate that, you know? Sometimes we're slow and we need a little bit of help. Savage Lion Claw. The second hit of the follow-up attack is now easier to land. Decrease damage animation of the first attack against other players. That could be epic. If that works properly, you might be able to catch people with that, and that would be some beautiful shots. So we'll see. Someone has to play around with that one and see. Let me know how it is. Raging Beast. Decreased invulnerability window against other players' attacks. Raging Beast. Oh, there you go. Google knows me. Oh, can you see it? It might be too small for you guys. Yeah, it's too small. Let me show you. This one. I couldn't think in my head what that was. Okay. Raging Beast. Decrease invulnerability window against other players' attacks. I guess they're doing that with both of these, right? With Blind Spot as well. I think that was needed. We had... call him out. We had Fardeen in chat yesterday, and I think he must have been ganked by 3 people doing invasions, and they were spamming... a lot of Blind Spot, and what's the other one, chat? The really, really fast, annoying one? Doing a lot of that yesterday and driving him mad. So he'll be very happy about these buffs. Palm Blast. Decrease poise amount generated when charging this skill. I'm kind of ashamed with that one. Yeah, Swift Slash. All those having vulnerability windows decreased would be good. I can't believe... Yeah, I know, but let's say they nerfed Palm Blast. R.I.P. I guess we could see it coming, but it was so much fun, though. But this is only PvP, so if you're doing PvE, then it'll still be okay, you know? You can still cheese it a little bit. Myria's Vanishing. Decrease invulnerability window against the other players. We're getting into spells now. I hadn't been playing around, but has anyone seen anyone in PvP using Miriam's Vanishing? I hadn't, personally, but There must have been that one person that pissed off Miyazaki in PvP and he had to nerf it. But I didn't know these people existed. All right, this one I thought was interesting. I did have a little nose at this one. Knight's Lightning Spear. So we've increased the attack power of the initial spear, which is kind of scary, but decrease the attack of the next lot of spears and decrease the poise damage of all spears. So you're going to be able to dodge them better. But if you get hit by that initial one, it's probably going to hit like a tank. So that'll be interesting to see how much increase that's had. If it's just like a little, or if it's like a couple hundred, you know? I guess we'll see. All right, and that was our PvP stuff. I think there was some nice stuff. I don't remember many people using that. I feel like they've been spamming the other ones more. And that one's super exciting. Someone needs to do some Savage Lion Claw PvP. You've got to see how that works. All right, general balances. Now we're getting to the long stuff. Pardon me. All right, increased damage animation of light greatsword charge against other enemies. I really hadn't played with the light greatsword yet, or the dark one. We'll have to see how much. Patch notes, we got shafted again. The only people that got shafted in these patch notes so far are gankers, so. Mainly just gankers so far. Alright, NPCs have had a buff. They have stats and statuses increased. Leader, Ansbach, and Follier. Follier was the only one in that list, personally, I thought needed a buff. But solo players now have more help, I guess. I've increased to notice how much Leader's been buffed. We could test it, because we're in Max New Game right now. For the YouTube frogs, hello. We're playing Max New Game Zero Blessing. We could summon Leader and see how she does. I'll just put her up against Rolana, and I won't do anything. And we'll see how long she survives. I don't think it's going to be long, but we could test her. See how much HP she's actually got now. Maybe we'll use her as a guinea pig in a bit. Alright, increase the attack power and damage negation of summoned spirits, excluding Mimic Tier. Which is good. I would have been pissed if they'd made Mimic Tier any scarier. Oh, RIP. And then increase the attack power and damage negation of summoned spirits, excluding Mimic Tier. So I guess they've just given them a buff at higher levels, because it's +5 and then +8. That'll be... Words. I do want to do a Spirit Ash only Elden Ring run. And hey, now technically it's easier for me than it was everyone else, right? Is that copium? Maybe? Alright, let's go into ornaments. Increase the attack power scaling when upgrading the following arguments, words. Repeating crossbow, spread crossbow, and Radif's cannon. Did Radif's cannon need a buff? That's kind of scary. That tracks, right? I remember seeing produce in PvP, and it was like actually tracking people. If that's stronger, that's kind of hilarious. We have to see how much stronger. That has to be tested. Because I was doing pretty good damage before this buff. Alright, Shield of Night. Increased damage negation when blocking physical attacks. Oh, great. Let's just make the deflecting even better. Maybe we'll have to try it. Euphoria. We've increased holy damage when the weapon has its luster restored. Decrease the number of attacks required to restore weapons luster. And increase the durability of the luster restoration effect. I'll be honest, I leveled it up and I was so excited to use it. But all we've done is sunburning and it's been not worth it. But we definitely need to play with it. It's such a cool idea for a weapon. But I guess we'll see how the... Basically full buff, right? It's had a full buff. Everything's been buffed. I guess we'll see how good that is now. Golden Line Shield has increased guard strength. Ooh. That was a really pretty shield. I know it wasn't... Was it a max shield? Did it have 100%? Probably does now. It was it was 100% physical. So it's been buffed even more. Okay. Well, now we know what to use when we do a full shield run. Golem Fist added a damage hitbox to the hand portion of the ranged fist attack. Pardon me, sorry, dying. I hadn't noticed it was missing attack, to be honest. And none of you had mentioned it. Maybe we're just not using Golem Fists. It's probably going to do 50 a hit, let's be honest. But it's nice that it works completely now. Alright, and then I noticed they've started doing stuff with the script Great Hammers. Increase poise damage of the swing portion of the throwing attacks. That's pretty good, right? You could like maybe hyper armor through someone else's attack to throw it at their friend in the back. I know these are PvE and PvP, but that's the only thing I can think that'd be good for. Just fucking poising through stuff. We'll see how good it is. I think I remember where it is. Maybe I can run and grab it. Spread crossbow. Decrease the generated status builder when using bolts that have status effects. I feel like that's going to be nice. I'm surprised that wasn't just a PvP one, to be honest. Have people been cheesing spread great bolts? Oh wait, actually they have for Max New Game. I saw a streamer doing it. I will not name names. So yeah, okay, I can see that one. Ultimate Talisman. After the offset of the status element, the status build-up or duration of said element will now also be reduced immediately by a certain amount. That was a word. That was a mouthful. Mouthful. That's the word I'm thinking of. I think I get what it's saying. So it gets reduced immediately, but not... They haven't told us the amount. That would have been nice, to be honest. But there we go. No, it wasn't Nap. No, not Nap. Although Nap does Max New Game 0 Blessings level 1 full fat rolling runs, so that man needs to fucking abuse rot and poison. I have no excuse. Alright, clarifying Horn Talismans. Increased focus resistance. I can check that one right now. I can check the baby one. What? Where's my phone? Oh, yeah. So I'm 269 and plus 1 now gives me 480. That's a pretty big buff, right? I was only giving like 100, 200 before. But the plus 0 to the plus 1 is not that much. It's like 50. So you'd think the plus 2 is probably going to be like, what, 550? Something like that. That's not too bad. It's pretty good. Okay. Skills. So many skills have been changed. We'll try and go through them quickly. Savage Lion Claw, increased attack power and poise damage with first attack. So they've buffed that in PvP and then buffed it in PvE as a separate buff, which is interesting. Hey Fardeen, how we doing? Swift Slash, I think this is the thing that Fardeen was happy about earlier. Reduced movement distance when using the skill and extended recovery time. So that's been just put into everything, right? I don't think it needed to be nerfed in PvE personally. But, you know, fine. Just take it away from everybody. Take all the fun away. That's fine. But yeah, I think that should have been just a PvP one, personally. Overhead stance. Increase attack power against enemies other than the player. Increase attack power against enemies. Right. So they're basically saying, we're buffing it for you to use in PvE, but you can't use it in PvP. Ooh, Crucible Wings. Increase attack power and increase directional control as well as poise generated when using this skill. We're about to go up there in our run right now. We will grab it. And I want to see how well the directional control is, because that could be a lot of fun. Light Speed Slash. The additional light attacks are now affected by the attack power and scaling of the weapon. Ooh. That means you could make that pretty dirty, right? That'd be interesting. Rancored Slash. Oh god, just leave this thing as terrible. Increase attack power of Vengeful Spirits and increase stamina damage against guarding enemies. I'll be honest, Rancored Slash is so loud and so annoying in all situations. They should have just left it alone, but there we go. It's so loud. Revenge's Blade. Increased directional control of follow-up attack after a strong attack. Cool, I'm glad we're messing around with the directional control. It makes it way more fun when you can swap around, like, mid-attack. Horned Calling, which I actually really enjoyed this Asher for. Same with this one. They're both a lot of fun. Increased attack power against other enemies, but not players, for both versions of Horned Calling, which are a lot of fun. Uh-oh, I just saw a scary one, chat. Dun dun dun. Weed Cutter. Increase the speed of attacks. They buff the new Rivers of Blood. Why? Why did they hurt us? Why do they not like us? Where's this hate coming from, Miyazaki? I swear they just want Rivers of Blood to be good. Okay, so we'll see how much faster that is. It was already pretty freaking fast, so someone needs to get their Weed Cutter out. I don't have it on this character. We need to see how much faster that is. That's interesting. Romnia's Purification. Increased poise value when using the spirit. Wait, increased poise value. So what, that we have more poise? Or we cause more poise? Chat? I think that means we cause more poise, right? Can someone confirm if Claws of Night was nerfed or buffed? Buffed. You have more poise when you use a skill. Okay, I see. Thank you, Mr. Pod. But yeah, sorry, Fardine, it was buffed. Okay, Red Bear Hunt. Increase attack power and increase poise value when using this skill. Cool. I like the Red Bear stuff. It was kind of scary already. I don't know if it needed more attack power. But that could be a lot of fun to use. We haven't played around with too many fists yet. We need to go around. Oh no. Another Rancored shot. Decrease status build-up generated when using with arrows that have status effects. Oh, I see. Was this one of the things people were using as a bug to cause other effects? It feels like that's what that is. But I can't remember. Alright, Repeating Fire. Adjusted attack power to compensate for increased in weapon damage. Wait. Adjusted attack power to compensate for increased in weapon damage. Oh, so it was getting too strong then, by the sounds of that. It was too strong, just the higher you got. So they've kind of nerfed it back to what they wanted it to be. Okay, that makes sense. Alright, last two for these. Feeble Law's Frenzy Flame. Reduce frenzy status build up against enemies. That makes sense. I'm sure it was very, very strong. And Revenge of the Night. Increase poise damage and attack power when using this skill. When this skill is used immediately after guarding against an enemy. Revenge of Night. Was this one of the things that people were using for perfect blocks? Oh. I haven't seen this. What the fuck is this thing? I haven't used this. Was this needed? I haven't seen this thing at all. Cool, well. So that'll be more useful now. But yeah, I did not know that shield existed, to be honest. I have not bought it, not grabbed it. Alright, on to spells. Glintblade Trio, increased attack power. I'm sure it's useful for PvE. It just sounds like kind of a pain in PvP. Blades of Stone got a hell of a buff. Uh-oh. Adjusted attack power of the first, second, and third charged attack. Increased attack power of the non-charged attack. Increased attack power of the first hit of the charged attack and reduced power of the second and third hit. Okay. So we've increased the attack power of the non-charged attack. And we've decreased the power of the first charged attack. But increased the one of the... Wait. Increase... Okay. So we've increased the attack of the non-charged and the first hit, but we've reduced the charge of the second and third. Oh my god. Okay, I see. And then we've increased the range and attack speed of everything. That'd be interesting. So they wanted to really... I guess this wasn't doing what they hoped. So it's been completely changed. Alright, Glintstone Nails. Increased attack power and improved enemy tracking. That could be cool. Those look really fun. I haven't seen that many people using them. Ooh, it's here. Yay. Impenetrable Thorns. All generated and pen Thorns will now track enemies. Uh oh, that's not good. That was not what I wanted. Decrease attack power and poise damage. That was definitely needed. And decrease the bleed status and stamina damage against guarding enemies. Cool. Good. It needed that. So it has been nerfed. But they've given it a slight buff too, because now it's going to track you. It's going to track you harder, but do less damage, basically. But yeah, only against guarding enemies for the bleed build-up. It's still going to do, I think, the normal amount of bleed build-up. But if you're blocking it, you'll survive longer? Question mark. There's no way that you can just tank that for too long, let's be honest. That might get another nerf. We'll see how much this is. Maybe this makes it so much better. But we'll see. We'll see. Rings of Spectral Light. Increase attack power and Frostbite status build-up. They did Frostbite? That shows a little Frostbite they did. I was like, huh? That was doing Frostbite? I didn't get Frostbite at all. Well, I guess that was needed because I didn't even know. And Vortex of Perescence has increased the power and Frostbite. Good, that's cool. Both of these were definitely needed. Alright, incants. I'm happy about this first one. It was the first thing I see and I got happy. Increase HP recovery of minor Erdtree. Will it be useful now? Probably not. But it might be slightly better. We need to check it. I'm excited. That's just such a cool incant that no one uses because it's just not worth it. So maybe it'll be a little better now. Land of Shadow improved enemy tracking. Beautiful. Spira increased attack speed. Increased attack speed. Uh-oh. We'll check that out. We'll see how fast that is. Watchful Spirit improved enemy tracking. Is that the one I'm thinking it is? Yeah, okay, I see. I guess it needed something. It's still not going to do any damage, but at least the tracking's better now, I guess. Divine Beast Tornado. Increased attack power. Enemy hits by tornado will now be launched upwards. The tornado will be less likely to disappear due to collisions with terrain. Now that is a beautiful buff. Do you think that would work in PvP? Just throwing tornadoes at people and then shooting up in the air. That sounds epic. Somebody needs to test that. We need to test that. Alright, Rain of Fire. Increase attack power and reduce the interval between each hit. Ooh, that might maybe make it useful now. Love that. That's great. It was just too slow. And it took so long to cast it that it was just not useful. But I'm happy about that. It's good. Roar of... Uh-oh. Words are hard. Rugale? Increase poise damage and attack power. Let's forget about that word. Furious Blade of Ansbach. Increased attack power. Cool. Anything Ansbach related I'm happy about. Hood Rain of Fire does 2,000 damage now and it's good. Hey, beautiful. That'll be good for Pord. He has this really cool like Mesmer Invasion build. And he can maybe start using that and it'd be a good like fire addition. Oh, Rotten Butterflies. Increase increase the Scarlet Rot build-up and reduce the interval between damage ticks. Oh. And increase attack range. Wow, it's had a full buff. That might be really scary now. That'll be worrying. Alright. That's all our spells, all our weapons. And we have all of these ashes, right? I'm not sure how much any of you really care about these. But let's just go with all of the ashes will no longer stagger as easily. Okay? We've increased the HP, physical attack and fire attack, and status on the Warhawk. We've increased HP on the Land Squirt. These are so random. Increased HP and damage of... Hey, Jelly! Jelly's got a buff. Our queen. Maybe she's good now, chat. Maybe we should try her again. We did our first full run, for people that don't know, with just Jelly, and she was great. Me and Mr. Prod both used Jelly. Spider Scorpion has increased attack power, poison status build on Emily's, and damage negation when doing strikes and fire stuff. Pardon me. Most of them have still all got no longer staggered. Big Mouth Gravebird have damage and HP increases. Caden Mercenary has HP and damage increases. Mad Pumpkin now has a damage increase. Basically, a lot of the base game ones have had a lot of HP increases. All the way down, all of them. They had a big buff on all of the ashes. And then we'll look at these ones because these are normally the stronger ones. Nefeli, Dung Eater, and the Maidens all had increased buffs. Nefeli's had increased vigor and strength. She already had chunky vigor. I guess they got them all ready for the DLC. They didn't realize how weak all the base game ones were. So they've just given them all like little buffs. So they'll be useful now. Alright, and then we have a load of bug fixes. So many bug fixes. But we'll see if we find any interesting ones. And we'll go through them. Change the default selection of the OK cancel prompt that shows up when using Spectral Steed Whistle. While the Spectral Steed is dead, the default position is now OK. Huh. Okay, that's actually pretty good. Right, let me say that slower so you guys get what I'm saying. So now when Torrent dies, and you have to use a flask to bring him back, you can set it to just say OK so you don't have to flip between OK and cancel and then fucking die because you're panically trying to get Torrent back. You can set it to auto say yes and you don't have to die. That's great. That's a really nice buff. That's something that I have died to many times. And I've not realized that he's fucking dead. I like that. That was good. That wasn't something no one asked for, but we did actually really need. That's great. I appreciate that. Adjust the placement of NPC summon signs in certain boss areas. Which NPC summon sign would need a different spot? I feel like they were all in pretty good spots. Other than Igon. Fuck Igon's spot. I would like Igon to be right in front of the boss room. If it's Igon, then that's great. He's the only one I can think that I've been hit multiple times trying to get Igon's summon. You know, because I want to hear him scream, right? But then Bale whaps me in the face. So maybe it's Igon. If it is, that's epic. That's probably the only one I can think that would be kind of annoying. And is it Ansbach that we have in Mesmer's room? That being a little closer would also be kind of nice. Change the NPC summon signs in certain boss fights to allow the user to summon NPCs simply by pressing the action button once. Yeah, okay, these are Igon, definitely, 100%. They've definitely fixed the Igon one. Cool. So now you just press OK and don't have to go between OK and cancel. You just click it instantly, they come instantly, and you don't get hit. Cool, like that. Fix a bug where the damage of some normal attacks of Dark Moon Greatsword were lower than intended. Ooh, small little Dark Moon Greatsword buff. That's cool. This is such a pretty weapon. Fix physical attack attribution menu display of Warpick weapon. Was it broken? I hadn't even noticed. Well, it's now fixed. Fixed a bug where some attacks of Swift Spear weapon were different than expected in terms of power, damage, motion, and hitbox generation timing. Swift Spear. Is that what I'm thinking it is? Is that Midra's weapon? No, completely different weapon. It's just a Mesmer Spear. Someone came in and mentioned that this was really good. I wonder if that's because it was broken. Well, it's now fixed. They've changed it. Fix a bug that prevented the Twin Blade Talisman from affecting the perfume bottle weapon type when equipped and used in the left hand. Really specific, but it has been now fixed. There was a video I saw a couple days ago from someone. I don't remember who, sorry, useless. But they put like all the things that had never worked in Elden Ring. I think it was Colbart, right? You posted it in the Discord. And I wonder if that was part of it, these little things that just hadn't worked properly. So it looks like they're going through them now and trying to get them all working. Fixed a bug where physical attack attributes of some attacks of the thrusting shield weapon types were different than expected. Yeah, they go through all the little things now. That's cool. Fixed a bug that allowed the use of arrows that should not be usable for the following weapon types. So people were using the wrong arrows for the wrong weapons and getting different procs and damage, right? I'm assuming. And now they fixed them all so you can't fuck about and use the wrong arrows and things. Cool. Fixed a bug where they affect the... Wait. Fixed a bug where the effect of increasing the power of an incantation, Light of Mikola, or of the Circle of Light helmet was not applied correctly. Oh, so they're basically saying Mikola's helmet didn't work. Okay, good. That's great. Well, now it's working. I hadn't even realized. It's so pretty, though. It's a very neat... We don't get too many great crowns as a girl. I like having a crown, but I hadn't realized it was busted. At least it's fixed now. Has anyone done like a Faith Mikola build yet? I'm wondering if it'd be good or not. Maybe not for bosses, but it could be good like PvP related. I just think it'd be a cool idea as a cosplay. Alright, back to patches. Fix a bug that caused FP consumption when using unending dance skill while not meeting the ability requirements of the weapon. Oh, so like if you didn't have the requirements and you were fucking about with it, you couldn't do shit, but you were still using up FP. That's kind of hilarious. I suppose it's your own fault, right? Just let them lose their FP. Fix a bug where physical attack attributes of some attacks of the deadly dance skill were different than expected. It's interesting that you say it's a lot. Different than expected. What do they mean by that? Like you moved too far? You didn't move far enough? Most of these weapons break our spine as you spin. So maybe that's what they meant? That you don't break your spine as you dance now? Fix a bug where the physical attack attributes of scatter shot throw from the Claw of Knights were different than expected. Back to this different than expected. So scatter shot throw has been changed. It doesn't say buffed or nerfed. So it might have had a double buff. Claws of Night might have had a double buff by the looks of it. That's scary. Fix the bug where the following skills did not change correctly when performing with or without FP. Oh, just these lot. Dynus Sickle Play, Raging Beast, and Repeating Crossbow Fire. So maybe you were running out of FP and they were still carrying on doing the same thing instead of dying. Alright, fix a bug where a different ranged attack... Fixed a bug where different ranged art was sometimes performed when following up with a strong attack after using a Raging Beast or Dynasty Sickle Play skill. Different rage art. So what, you were like doing your regular L2s and then out of nowhere it was going into a different L2? Like a different Ash of War? I hadn't seen that. We need to find a video of that. That's crazy. If that was what it was doing. Alright, have a quick look through these. Anything interesting? Oh, that's interesting. Fix the bugs that cause Golden Arc Incant to generate attacks slower when casted with the left hand. So you were doing slower Golden Arcs with one side other than the other. That'd be really annoying to dodge, by the way. So that's been fixed. Hadn't realized that at all. I don't think we've been using it, to be honest. Fixed the bug where Rain of Fire Incant sometimes did not hit enemies. Hey, double buff. No wonder it's doing so much damage. Because now it's got a buff and it's actually hitting properly. That's good. That's awesome. Furious Blade of Anspac Incant. Fixed the bug where it wasn't causing bleed. So now Anspac's Incant causes bleed. Oh, that's scary. We didn't need more bleed. But he has had a buff for everything. Oh, I guess it should have been bleed, to be fair. Look at it. It's kind of bleedy. Yeah, okay. It wasn't causing bleed. It was only dealing fire. So now it's dealing bleed too. Fixed bug, but under some circumstances, the move distance when casting spells were different than expected. Okay. I'm trying to think. There was a couple, we were practicing Rolana, and I kept moving forwards while doing a certain Ash of War. I can't remember what it was. It was really pissing me off. Or a certain Incant. I'm wondering if that is what that is. But you were stepping forward too much. Alright, we fixed a load of bugs. Oh, I see Mimic Tear in there. That's scary. Fix a bug that sometimes interrupts the casting of the Roar. Fix a bug where Cherishing Finger magic attack didn't always hit people. And then we fix a bug in the behavior of Mimic Tear when casting spells, incants, and skills. I'm going to take that as a win. That he's been nerfed. That he's no longer just cheesing shit. I guess we'll see. Fix the bug where NPCs could be summoned when the maximum number of cooperative members had been reached. Oh, so that was a bug. Huh. So all the wikis, everything was saying like you could have Igon or Ansbach or any people inside the room and have 4 people or 5 people. 4 people. I'm trying to remember how many people were in the fucking boss room. But no, that was a bug. You're not meant to have Igon with 2 other summons. You're meant to have 1 summon and Igon. I'm assuming that's what that means. Interesting. That means all the wikis are going to have to be changed now. All changed. Fix a bug that caused some items to display differently than expected. And fix a bug where exiting the game or going for a loading screen immediately after defeating the mother could make a dropped item unobtainable. Oh, so people weren't getting her soul, I'm guessing, or weren't getting the outfit if they immediately quit out the game in the boss room and then it broke. I would have been pissed. I'm glad it didn't happen. Alright, well that's been fixed, luckily. I'm surprised we didn't have anyone really salty coming into chat and that happening, to be fair. Fixed a bug that prevented the player from performing critical attacks on some enemies. I'm trying to think which new enemies. There's a couple that I thought could have been backstabbed that we couldn't. Like the Horned Warriors. I wonder if that means that we can backstab them or do actual VPOS now. Most of these are just little ones. Fix a bug that prevent rune gain when defeating some enemies. Fix a bug that prevents some enemies from working properly. Fix a bug where the multiplayer area borders were different than intended in some areas. That'll be good. That's a good one. Fix a bug where players would spawn in different places when intended when invading. Hey, Mr. Prod, that was it. That's the bug you had. Fix a bug where players would spawn in different places than intended when invading other worlds. I gotta show you guys that. Wait 2 seconds. So that happened to Prod. This shouldn't take me too long to find. Give me a moment. It happened and we were so freaking confused by it. I'm pretty sure that I saved it as a good one. Where is it? But that happened a couple days ago and we're really confused by it. Maybe it's further away than I thought. But yeah, he was doing not PV, boss room invasions. And then out of nowhere, he just appeared in like base game. It's fucking weird. Alright, I'll find it this way. I'm looking at my own I think it's this one. Yeah, okay, I found it. We slowed down the videos yesterday. Okay, context. We slowed down the videos yesterday because I had this really weird swarm of flies that was going around Rolana in a circle and not hitting her. So we're watching it slower. Okay. This is the video I meant. See? He summons off to try and get in the boss room. Because why wouldn't you try that? Normal loading screen. And boop! We're just being put back in the fucking DLC. It was the opposite way around, I remembered. Weird, huh? So that has been fixed now. You'll no longer do that. You no longer will just randomly appear somewhere else and be like, huh? Where am I? That was weird. Alright. Fix the bug in the map menu that caused some NPC icons in the Shadow of the Realm to not properly display. So now you'll be able to know where all your NPCs are all the time. Fix a bug in the design of the map and the map fragment icons. Sorry, I'll put it back up for you to see in a minute. This is perfect time for you not to look because these, I don't see a difference, but I need to get more of the map open. Because these are normally the map fragments, right? Someone nerdier than me will have to go through the map and look individually and tell me what's different about the map. Someone will do it. That's a job for Zully or Vardy or someone. Fixed a bug where cutscenes were not displayed properly. Fixed a bug where some sounds would not play properly and some effects would not play properly. And then bug fixes and just improvement. And that's pretty much it. All of this here is stability stuff and frame rate things for like PlayStation. And then here they fixed a bug where anti-alias qualities were going to high every time you restart the game and then causing issues. Oh, and they've changed the end credits. An error was included in the end credits in the last update and they've now fixed it. Damn, what did the bug? What did they do? Did Miyazaki fucking say something stupid and put a little troll in there? Was there McAfee at the end and we didn't see it? Damn. We missed out. But that's it. That's pretty much all of our patch. And it was chunky. We had a lot of patches. So many things. I think still, after all of this, we're going up. My favorite thing is this PvP buff, and I really think we need to try it. Oh my god, we're still going. This one. We need to go Savage Lion Claw people and see how much of a buff that is, because that sounds hilarious. Alright, but we're done with the patches. Thank you guys for sticking with me. And next time we get a patch, we'll go for it again, because these are always nice and chill.